What is up, YouTube, everybody? It's Derek, the 100 Mile Miner here, and I'm back out in the field, just inside an adit. New mine, I've never been in this one. Never really prospected this area. Had an extra day today between my busy work schedule and wanted to go do a little prospecting. So super excited. I haven't even walked back in here. Check this one out. So got my gear, got an extra light, so visibility should be better, and let's get heading back in there. All right, here it is. First time in this mine. I have no idea how far back it goes. So it hopefully turns a corner here. Goes in here, turns. Looks like a vein there, maybe. We'll get that, check that out a little more on the way out. Turns here. Turns again here. It's a little wet. Kind of wish I had rubber boots, but that's all right. This one's a little short. Working a little better. Stand up mostly straight. Okay, we got another turn there. Let's just keep going straight for a while. That's like a sizable mine. Okay, what do we got? Okay, looks like that dead ends. We'll go make sure this dead ends here. There's the vein. Looks pretty good looking stuff. Definitely get some samples here. Let's go back and check out that other little tunnel. Check out over here. So this just dead ends. Looks like this might have been exploratory. I don't see any vein. Maybe there, it might have crossed one here. Yeah, it crossed one. Maybe it must not have had good gold in it. So yeah, unless they just didn't get to it yet. Looks like some nice solid rock here. That's kind of cool. Check out this little side tunnel. All right, and she stops. So I think that is the vein they were trying to intersect here. Give this bad boy maybe there a little bit. Anyway, it's pretty promising looking. We'll definitely get some samples going, break some stuff out, bring it outside, take a look at it. So yeah. I think there's some more mines around this spot we're going to check out too. But yeah, this one's pretty cool. Let's do a little looking around and set the camera back up. Okay, well, I'm starting at this first spot. You can see, I'm going to get a little closer where they kind of went. This is before that first turn to the left, and they had that, looked like they were falling. It looked like the vein was like 10, 12 inches thick. When you start breaking into these walls, back up and show you, it is quartz from here. There's a layer there, and over there, and I started breaking in over there. I mean, it's like 8 to 10 feet wide of quartz. So, I mean, I'm sure it's not all or pay grade material, but it's going to take some substantial sampling. So I'll probably get a bunch of these. It's pretty cool. And before I do that, I'm just going to kind of keep exploring these little veins, get a better look before I turn the camera back on and show you. So I'm not bumbling about, and yeah, can actually show you something. But that's pretty impressive. You know, that quartz all the way over to there. So yeah, this is a cool mine. I didn't expect to find this. I was gonna hike up the hill to a spot on LiDAR that looked like there was a little mine, and found this one, so pretty exciting. Okay, so this is quite impressive actually. It's pretty much solid layers of quartz from into this sidewall on the right. And we're following that. Maybe that was a little better, maybe not. And they cross cut over here, and that's still quartz over here. This is like 20 feet thick. Obviously it wasn't all good ore. They would have been taking more of it out, but it's still quartz over here, still here, and still in this sidewall here. And they follow it down this way. Grab my buckets. And that first tunnel on the right, it went down right in here. So here, this was another cross cut, just to intersect, and I'm guessing they were trying to hit maybe that other vein they were following to see if it was better here. I think this is it here, but they didn't follow it. So unless this was all exploratory and they just never got to the mining point, I'm guessing this was just not good enough grade to pay. But it's hard to say. I don't know the timing that much of this one. So, but yeah, I mean, it's a pretty impressive, if nothing else, is how thick these veins are. So then they kept following it straight here, and maybe this layer of the vein was decent. They followed it, and that was pretty sure just exploratory, kind of runs out of quartz that way. And then they followed it here. I'm guessing, totally guessing, I got a sample to see, but maybe this was a decent layer, and it sure looks pretty juicy, how dark it is. But yeah, so we'll get a sample out of this space here. This will definitely be a good spot to get a sample. And then try to get a good random sample across that whole width out at that first spot. So see if it's got any gold, see if it's worth some more exploration. So we'll get set up here and see if we can get a sample out of this space. Okay, so now I'm hiking up the hill, steep brushy hill, some trails here, so I think there's some more mines, and I could definitely see some stuff on LiDAR, so I'm just gonna hike up, see if I can't find some more mines to sample. Stay tuned. Well, I hope this one's worth it. I still haven't found it. I think I've hiked uphill as far as I'm gonna need to. Straight down. So I'm gonna keep side hilling. I think I'm pretty close. Side hilling across, see if I can't run into it or see it. Hopefully, if anything, I'm above it, so I'll look down and see it. So anyway, fingers crossed. Found it. Right down in here. Haven't made it to the entrance, but look at that open cut. Woo! Yeah, that one's cool. Let's get down in there and check it out. Well, as you can see, worked up a bit of a sweat getting up here. But I don't know, this one looks pretty cool. I don't know how far in it goes. This pile out here is not that big, but let's get in and check it out. Oh shit, it's right there. Well, that's no good. I'll get a sample of this stuff, but my guess is it's not anything to write home about. They only went this far. Still pretty cool cut, but it looks like on LiDAR there might be some more around here, so I'll do a little looking around first. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Still cool looking at the work these old guys did, so let's keep looking for, see if there's another one around here. Okay, well, let me turn this off. That hike up the hill was a bust way up there, but on my way down I did stumble into another mine I didn't know was here, and it looks like another one maybe a little further down the hill, so Let's go and check this bad boy out. Turn my headlamp back on. Gonna have to get my feet a little wet on this one. Let's see here. Looks like it's not gonna be wet too far back. See that vein in the ceiling? Take another pretty substantial mine. There's that vein in the ceiling. Looks a little different than the other mine. Oh, this is like a deja vu from the last one. Comes in, goes to the right. Looks like that was probably fell out of the ceiling. Why don't we check this one to the right first? Oh wow, look at that. Fault on the right, or left, I mean. Super slick. This goes in, got a hole going way up there. Looks pretty mineralized, dark rusty color. Crossed one here. Someone from 4 years ago wrote a little note there. Okay. Let's see what we got. Oh, it takes a turn and dead end. Looks like it kind of runs out of. There's a little trace of a vein there in the ceiling, but must not have panned out. So let's go back out and check the other way. Looks like this was I would say a cross cut with this fault, but they crossed up this vein. It must not have been that good if they just stopped. Watch your head. I think this was exploratory on that, and then maybe they hit that little fault by accident. Who knows? Okay, let's see what. Oh, I thought I heard something. Oh, this one just stopped. This one has a fault here too. So this one definitely wasn't as substantial. Let's maybe go look at that face, see what it looks like. Really does not look that promising. I may take a little sample from this one, but it doesn't excite me too much. Anyway, let's walk back out to the entrance. All right, we are in I believe it's the last mine till we get back down to the truck. Didn't even know about these ones, so this is pretty cool. Looks similar to that first one actually, so let's turn on the old headlamp and see what we got. Another wet one. Looks pretty mineralized. Vein in the ceiling. With some sulfur on that. All right, out of the water. Can't tell what's vein. It looks like a fault here on the left with that pretty slick wall. So, yeah. Looks like a few people have been in here. It's hard to tell with the mud how old the tracks are. There's some pretty mineralized looking chunk here. I know. I'm gonna chip into that a little bit. Oh yeah, look at this. That black. Zinc maybe? A widened out spot here. That looks, I would say promising, but they didn't seem to chip into it too much. So just keep going. Looks like it might end right up here. Yeah, ends right up here. So this one's not super promising either. Kind of looks like they followed something, maybe hoping it would get good, but it never really did. Yeah, we'll get a little sample out here off the face and call this one good. Go on to the next one. Over and out.